Yes. Miracle healing water. How are you guys doing? How are you all doing? Welcome, 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 wherever it is you are. Quite a lot of G's. Some people are actually selling miracle healing water. As in, I cannot even I cannot even understand how we got here. I posted a post earlier on today. Somebody, Mike Bamiloye, if I got his name correct, was saying that tithing is part of Christianity. They are still trying to sell this narrative. And I challenged Mike Bamiloye to a debate on the topic of tithing. So if you know him, kindly tell him that Daddy Freeze is interested in having a conversation with him regarding the topic tithing. So it would be a nice thing for him to come through and show us where the scriptures agree or disagree you see, religion is one of the biggest issues that befell Nigeria. Religion is one of our biggest problems. And I'll explain to you why. Why religion is a bigger problem than our leaders. Because you see, bad leadership cannot be sustained without ignorance. Bad leadership is like those maggots that thrive when there's putrefaction. Bad leadership cannot exist or will struggle to exist where there's little ignorance. But as long as ignorance boku, bad leadership will continue. Bad leadership, ignorance is the fuel for bad leadership. So bad leadership actually needs ignorance. And religion fuels ignorance. I'm going to tell you a story. Simply Vic shared this story with me a few days ago. I'm going to listen to I cannot play it for you because of copyright issues. I don't own the copyright to the video, but I'll just narrate it. I'll put this this year is supposed to enter. All these Samsung buds can be a bit annoying. So I'll put it in my ear, and as the video is being recited, I will. Nobody is allowed to move a ladder in Jerusalem. It is called the immovable ladder. The Holy Sepulchre Church in Jerusalem. It is positioned beneath a window, and it has been in place since the 18th century, about 300 years ago, in 1757. They signed an agreement that no single group can move any furniture in this place. They can't move or alter any part of the church. And this agreement is taken so literally that moving a piece of furniture can create problem. In 2002, a monk moved a chair to sit in the shade, and everywhere erupted in fury. So a ladder that was placed before the agreement. So they had an agreement that nobody can move the furniture in that place. Now, just before they had the agreement, maybe a mason working or a laborer working put an agreement to be able to, a ladder to be able to get to the window. But because they all signed that nobody can move a single furniture, the ladder has remained there for 300 years and they're not born anybody where make you go move on. That is religion for you. It makes people stop thinking. So a ladder has remained on a window for 200, almost 300 years. Because they signed an agreement that nobody must move any furniture in that office. This is what religion does to your brains. My problem is religion, NDLEA, in my humble opinion, should be arresting people who are consuming religion, because religion, maybe not the people consuming, but the people selling, the dealers of religion. Because religion and molly, not the same thing in my opinion. It gives you the same effect. It gives you the same darn effect. I want you to work with me today. Work with me, guys. You see, every day, proof is presented to Nigerians that your prayers are not working, your religious faith are not working. But every single day, Nigerians resist the truth and their beliefs persevere. China is an atheist country. Germany is an atheist country. Germany was borrowing us bicycle, according to one report I read. China has 26 gold medals. Nigeria does not have one bronze. As you see those countries, they do well for Olympics. Now so they do well for finances. Now so they do well. You see, a successful country will show its success in all ramifications. And a failed nation, no matter what God they have, they will continue to fail. Somebody is telling you miracle water can heal you if you have faith. They always put that clause, if you have faith. One day, do you need to have faith before Panadol can work? I've said this. I've said this since COVID-19. I've been saying this. If you carry 100 women, 100 women, and you put them on one side, and you carry 100 women on the other side, and all these women have stage 1 breast cancer. One set, prayer only. One set, medicine only. The ones who are using prayer are not allowed to take any medicine. The ones using medicine are not allowed to pray. In 5 years, how many will we have alive from the ones using medicine, and how many will we have alive from the ones using prayer? According to modern medicine, stage 1 cancer, stage 1 breast cancer has 99% survival rate after 5 years. Meaning 99 out of those 100 that are not praying, whether if you like carry Buddhist, atheist, Shintoist, Babalawo or Ifa worshippers, carry them up, as the only thing is they are not allowed to pray. The other one carry born again Christians, carry all your daddy Jews. Maybe they pray, maybe they drink anointing oil from morning till night. Let them have a whole tank of Goya oil. Anytime they are testing, they fetch small Goya drink. I want you to tell me which one will be alive 5 years from now. The 100 women that are praying only, or the 100 women that are on medicine only. And if you dare choose medicine only, you have just told us that prayer is useless. You can't argue this. Panadol does not need faith. You have malaria 3 times a year. As you get this malaria, now so Muslim they get them, now so pagan they get them, now so arm robber they get them, now so Olosho they get them, now so pastor they get them, now so pastor Pikin they get them. The same Panadol will work for an Olosho, it will work for an armed robber, it will work for a Yahoo boy, it will work for a pastor, it will work for an imam, it will work for a traditionalist, it will work for a ritualist, it will work for anybody. But then the miracle water needs faith. Who na the wine? Someone said prayer is useless. If prayer was useful, we will not be where we are today. When it comes to things of this world, I can tell you for free, prayer can't take you far. If prayer could take us far, we will not be, as in, really, we will not be here. Do you know there are people that wake up every morning 5 a.m. and pray till 11? Your pastors sneak abroad for medical checkup. Your pastors have doctors that are taking care of them. But then they are telling you to come and buy miracle water. Come and drink water and be healed. Don't be mumu, they worry you. Nigeria is second only to Afghanistan when it comes to prayer. Nobody pray past us except Afghanistan. Look us, look Afghanistan. The two most prayerful countries in Nigeria are Malawi and Ethiopia. How much better are they than we? Then the least prayerful countries are Hong Kong, China, the countries that are our leaders. I'm not saying prayer is entirely useless. And I'm not even saying prayer is useless. But for what the equations we put prayer in Nigeria, it is useless in those equations. Prayer cannot change. I saw a cleric saying prayer can change bad governance. How? If prayer could change bad governance, Nigeria will have the best government in the world. Every year, your Daddy Gio leads people on a prayer walk. What is the outcome of it? Your Daddy Gio stood before God, his father, and declared that the naira will rise against the dollar in 2016. Between 2016 and now, please mention a time frame when the naira rose against the dollar. Is it not a steady decline? Dollar doesn't rise by declaration. You cannot speak to a currency. Any day Nigeria starts to produce things that Chinese people want, produce things that American people want, produce things that German and European people want, that's the day our naira will rise. I'm not saying produce innocent that we will drive. No. Produce innocent that we will export. You can never raise your currency until you are exporting. All we export is crude oil. They say we don't import gari. We import rice. We import literally everything. There is a church I used to attend before in Lekki. Beside the church was a car company. They closed the car company. The church bought the car company land and using it as parking lot for their members. And those people are going there to pray so that God will bless the work of their hands. When a whole factory has devolved into a church parking lot. The reason why China is the way it is, this microphone, China. This assembled in China. The wire, China. Everything, China. China will continue to rule you with or without prayer as long as they keep producing what you consume. Let me tell you something. China don't they produce sports cars where they show Lamborghini and Ferrari Pepe now. China don't they produce luxury cars where they show Rolls Royce, Bentley, Mercedes Benz, Land Rover, Pepe. And as long as they keep being on top when it comes to production, they will continue being the financial and economic leaders of the world. No prayer is needed. No water can change the trajectory of our destiny. If you like, buy a gorodome of healing water, you will be where you are until you are ready to do the needful. Chinese people woke up one day and decided to identify religion as a problem, just like Paul Kagame did in Rwanda. Paul Kagame saw that religion was a problem in Rwanda. He closed 10,000 churches and one mosque. And when asked, he said, Rwanda is too poor a country to have the luxury of religion. Religion is a luxury. Imagine the whole of Sunday, you are not productive. You go from one church to the other. Then midweek, you close early from work so you can go to church. You have a midweek service in the middle of the week. They burn your papa, make you do midweek service for UK. When they never see enough shift for COS, pop my money gun, Chris Bassey, God bless you. Pop those money guns. You are here to learn today. You pop money gun, you not pop any money gun, you will not be better off. You will not be richer. God bless you, Chris Bassey. If you are watching on Instagram, go to TikTok and go and pop my money gun. No matter what, it cannot heal you. It's the nonsense they've been teaching you. They taught your parents. You see, let me tell you, they taught religion with fear. They taught you religion with fear. You ask your parents, why is this like this? They tell you, you don't ask, you don't question God. I remember as a child, I asked my mother, my dad was a Muslim, my mom was a Catholic. So I said, why can't I be a Muslim and a Catholic at the same time? My mother said, no, you can only serve one. You can only serve one. Who teach you? I called my mother out today. Who taught you that you can only serve one? Where did you learn it from? Which school of theology did you learn it from? That you can only either be a Muslim or a Christian. You cannot be both. Please, where did you learn it from? That's what they know. That's what they were taught. Brand Christianity and brand Islam. Muslim people will tell you, if you don't pray 5 times a day, you will not make heaven. Christians will tell you, if you don't believe in the Lord Jesus, you will not make heaven. Meanwhile, Christ himself said, those that will make heaven are those that took care of the least of their brothers and sisters. Matthew 25, 31 to 41. Christ did not say read it yourself. Matthew 25, 31 to 41. He says, when I come to judge the world. Let me read it for you. Matthew 25, 31 to 41. They don't like me because I keep spilling these truths. Matthew 25, 31 to 41. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. When the Son of Man comes in all his glory, remember the New Testament was first written in Greek. So this is the woman is right. You can only serve one God. The dumb thing you're too dumb to know that the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians actually serve the same God. They all came from Abraham. They have Abrahamic roots. That's why they are called the Abrahamic faiths. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. And you are saying they are serving different gods. They don't put Coke and Pepsi inside your head. It's Star and Gulda. You are looking at conflicting brands. This is the nonsense they taught you. Foolishness. Please let me read it to you. The Greek Bible says, Hoton the elte hohuyo to anthropo. When that time, the son huyo to anthropo, the son of man, ente doxe ote kepante ho angeloi, him and all the angels with him. When the Son of Man comes to judge the world, and with him come all the angels, they will separate the goat from the sheep. It is labeled the final judgment. Pantata ethne, all nations will gather, and he will separate the people the way a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will place the sheep at his right and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, you are blessed by my father, inherit the kingdom, for I was hungry and you gave me food. And they will say, when were you ever hungry? And he said, when you did it to the least of my brothers and sisters. Christ did not say those who believed in him will be separated. Christ did not say those who are born again will be separated. Christ did not say those who have the Holy Spirit will be separated. He said when he comes to make the final judgment, he will separate those who took care of their neighbors from those who didn't. It is as simple as A, B, C. Don't let a pastor confuse you. God bless you, Obianuju Quentin. It is not about being a Christian or a Muslim. It is about being able to show love. And you'll be amazed, the Satanists show more love than the Christians in Nigeria. The Satanists in the temple of Satan, they show more love than you people. Try and offend church person, you see what they go do you. Who do you this thing? As in, a prophet will come and sell you water, sell you soap. Say, if you cure your sickness, how? How? I need to go come, they look for the soap up and down to take bath. Eh? Eh? Now they say pastor wants soup person. Why not use the soap bath make the person will do the thing by? Pastor no need to carry, we don't need to carry anybody go court. Oh, just use the soap bath make the person will one annoy the Holy Spirit. May it buy from there go. Ta. Let me tell you something. I am living testimony that Nigerian pastors have no power. As they see me, so I am living testimony that they have no. If they had power, what? Now where are they? For day. When I first started, they shook me. You know what? They went to burn all my bridges, made sure nobody gave me work. That's the best they could do. Pray. Nothing do me. At their house, they strong. I not just get money because nobody agree work with me. Nobody agree employ me. Nobody agree use me do MC. Nobody agree give me adverts. Now where their power reach be that? It be like confra. No Illuminati like church. Aye. Let me tell you, at the height of my suffering, they called me for a job. I billed the guy 1 million naira that year. Normally before I used to do 2 million, but nobody they agree use me. So I shall bill 1 million. One guy finally agreed to use me. Say, Daddy Freeze, I want you there. Now the guy say 1 million. Do you know this guy paid me 700k up front, 300,000 to collect at the balance. They tell the guy, say, if I come for that event, none of them go show up. The guy they try selling table, nobody agree buy. They say, your MC is Daddy Freeze? No. He insulted my Geo. I'm not going to attend. Daddy Freeze? No. He said tight is not known. About this guy, nobody agreed buy. So the guy now said, okay, if I remove Daddy Freeze, everybody brought out their money. Say, yeah. If you remove Daddy Freeze, I will buy a table. That's what the guy takes sell all in table. just simply because he said go remove me. I can't go meet the guy like 5 days before the event. I say, okay, can I have the breakdown of the? I just want to say the guy mouth don't they shake. Now me and the guy get meet. The guy say, I'm sorry, I won't be able to use you again because so many people have. I thought we could manage it, but so many people are complaining. I'm telling you the truth. I can't tell her say I get clause or say once you pay me money, I don't feel refund that more. The guy say no problem. Say make I keep the money. Say it don't be. I nearly entered depression. I nearly entered depression. This thing where they tell you, say I no enter depression, na small like this, now it remain. Those days I used to preach with my iPhone 6. I want to show you the Samsung where they take preach. I don't know whether it's still there here. I want Samsung where get belle. I want Samsung where get belle. That Samsung, this Shupo, no that Samsung. I don't think Bookie shot a joint finish on there. I did the Samsung swear like this. You can't they burn me for hand. So I will hold the phone like this. Oh yeah. Oh, so the Lord said, I'll do like this, do my hand like this for corner, change the hand. That time I did not even have chair. I would just sit down for bed like this, just hold two phones like this, my iPhone and my Samsung. Sometimes I will hold 3 phones. I don't know how I mastered it. 2 hours. Now so I go hold phone like this. I will just arrange them so that the cameras go work. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is how I hold it. For where they breathe, Giga, thank God, now people will follow me know that period they there. That time where Instagram, once you do live for Instagram, you know if you do more than 1 hour, and then to be safe for 24 hours, the next day, that thing where you do, you know if you see them again. Giga Collins where they here, follow gather money for me. They send me money to be eating. Now them be this. Giga Collins, Irene. That's how bad things were that time. Then one woman from Jamaica saw me suffering with this phone where they burned my hand. Come send me iPhone 8, brand new. That's the first time I now had a decent phone. Yet I was preaching the message. Nothing. Stress go catch me. Malaria go catch me. I had one malaria that I ended up in hospital. The next year I had another malaria. I almost ended up in hospital. I was sure lucky. That was 2017, 2018. From then till now, I never get malaria once. One day I carry my children, all of them they fever, they shake. Now I carry all of them go hospital. Me and taste buds. Now we do malaria test for all of them. All of them came back malaria positive, so they started their malaria treatment. Me and taste buds can't believe. Say now the same mosquito where they bite us, they bite these children. May they check us too. They check me, I get malaria plus. They check taste buds too, she get malaria plus. This was 4 years ago. They give me malaria medicine. They say when I reach out, I look myself, I say nothing do me. I shall keep the medicine I keep that medicine for my free till it expire. As I did like this malaria plus day my body. I know they sick fever. I know they sick headache. I know they vomit. Nothing they do me. So it was the stress of standing up against these people. Baba, they blocked everywhere they could block physically. At a point, they were sending higher buyer. They were sending higher buyer after me. Say make higher buyer come buy me. I did one event. Somebody said that if you leave that event now, higher buyer they come. Oh. Now run. But you see, I can't realize, say, at the end of the day, see, they had no power. They were praying, say make I buy. They were praying, say make I buy. Marigold followed them. Marigold was among them. There they pray, say Daddy freeze, buy, Daddy freeze, buy. In Jesus' name, Daddy freeze, buy. In Jesus' name, Daddy freeze, buy, Daddy freeze, buy. Daddy freeze, just the house they fat. Let me tell you something. That's why I know that me and Taste Buds together today. Now daddy, now God ordained them. My ex-wife could never have been a part of that story. My ex-wife could never have been a part of that story. So Taste Buds was hired by one of these companies. What do they call these companies? These companies where they do transaction app company. There's a name they call them. They were hired to cater for them. I remember she had this white bus then, Ford bus. She would pack her stuff, pack everything, go the place, go cook. People loved the food. One day the branch manager just came and said, "Is that not Daddy Free's wife? Cancel the contract." Taste Buds has never spoken about this before. Fintech, God bless you. Very popular fintech. And they see them up and down. They still there. If you want to use your bank, there's one of the fintechs that are attached to the bank. The manager came down and said, "I don't want, cancel the contract." That's how they canceled the contract. They canceled a whole contract. Walk where we not. How many women would have stayed with? You see, if they see me today, they buy Rolex for them. If they see me today, they take care of them. You don't know what that woman put into for me to get to where I was. I could never have made it because you're this close to depression. My friends in the industry abandoned me because I dared to speak up about the church. My friends in the industry abandoned me. I had no friend. The only people I had around me were Jiga, them. Now them did that period. Now them they talk to me. Everybody cast me aside. Say this one is going to hellfire. Don't go with him. Because of church and false doctrines. The radio station that I was working that year. Say they not sack me, na small remain. One day there's this church concert that they do every year. Brother Shupo never joined that time. No sure say Brother Shupo don't join. Brother Shupo joined towards the tail end. This time I'm talking about was Irene, Simply Vic. Evelyn self never joined that time. Now Simply Vic. No, sorry, not Simply Vic. Jiga Collins and Irene. Now them did there that period. You get one church where they do one church program every year where they gather musicians. Every musician go gather. Now so the radio station where I work. Now so they gather everybody for the radio station. So they won't come. Daddy Free is live. I say Daddy Free is live. They won't come do advert for that their concert. Baba, they pay the money as they mean me. That thing where they do me pain me. They mean me. What did they do? They came and they paid money. Then last minute, after running like one day of advert, they came and they withdrew the money, saying that they should not be using tight money to sponsor a radio station where Daddy Freeze works. Imagine that. Say when they move everything, go another radio station. Imagine the loss of revenue. Posh Mama, may her soul rest in peace, came a little later. This time I'm talking about was Jiga and Irene. Jiga is here. Jiga, please remind me. I don't know if Posh Mama was there at that juncture that I'm talking about. But I know Jiga Collins was there. Immediately after, there was a face we had with that Jamaican lady and some other ladies. Then Irene broke out of that place and joined Jiga, and we set up the new Free Nation. Topsy Logo, I think he was there too. Evelyn hadn't joined. Truth will always stand. Jiga was there. Chima, not too much in the Free Nation activities. Posh Mama wasn't there at that beginning. It was Jiga, it was Irene, it was Taste Buds and I. No, Shukwa had not joined then. Shukwa, you were not there yet. You joined a little later. A little later. So, that was the... As in, no matter what happened, even if we are no longer as close as we used to be, what those people did in my life, I can never forget them. And I'm glad that Jiga and I are still very good. That time, in a rich place where I not get food to chop. Let me tell you a story. My children could not go to school. That's how bad it became. Church. Church. My children could not go to school. We had to delay Baby Free's education. Baby Freeze was 3 years old. In 2017, Baby Freeze was 3 years old. He was born in 2015. No, sorry, 2018, he was 3 years old. I not get money to send him go school. So we kept him home for one extra year. Because the older ones were already in school. I could not withdraw them from school. Those ones don't start school. I know if you tell them, say, may they not go school again. Say, I won't put Baby Freeze for school. And they were not going to cheap schools. And I could not beg for money. Say, I no beg for money. It was this close. There was a term. Babes just finished primary school. Amara was in secondary school. There was no money for their school fees. Lara, now God bless you, Victor. Lara was there. We did not have school fees. I could not raise the money. Now let me tell you something, If couple no get money, family no get money, they put strain on marriage. Me and Taste Boss used to fight a lot, we used to quarrel a lot, because she was overstressed from her business, and my own side was not doing well enough to take care of the house. So we did not have money for school fees. That time, Baby Freeze never even joined. We not get money for school fees. We don't know what to do. My 2 daughters now got 1 term. That same time when we had no money, they both got 1 term scholarship for being the best of their classes. As in, that's when I knew that this message, there is a spirit that is pushing me, that is bigger than me with this message. And I knew it could be nothing else but God. As in, we didn't have money to feed. We didn't have money to pay school fees. It was like, guys, go to school. When you are done, come home. Everybody's going to sit at home. And then the 2 children who both got that exact term. They both got. And they've never got scholarship before then. And they've never got scholarship after then. So when I tell you that God chose me to lead this battle, I'm not making it up. The 2 of them at the exact same time both got scholarships for one term. That's how we didn't need to pay school fees for that worst term. The worstest that one. Then for our leg for come out. Everybody for laugh or say, they're not fit send children go school. Someone said, was it that bad? The whole we could eat, but we could not send children to school. We used to ration light. Let me tell you how bad it was. We had one television. We had a big television downstairs. We know they on them because they chop light. So my children, I read it somewhere on the internet that children should not watch more than 30 minutes of television in a week. I just carry, say, all of you gather here. You are not allowed to watch more than 30 minutes of television in 1 week. So we used to on television for them for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes at the off, is enough. You cannot watch more television than this. Just to save light. I don't know anything, no, church. If I see my children with church, if they tell me say my children they want church, I go there with cane, go flog them, come out from inside that place. House of the devil. All of them combined together to frustrate my life. Simply because I asked their pastor to come and do debates. As in, ask anybody where go that time. All I was living on, imagine I dey stay Lekki. That time my estate service charge na 50k. My salary na 266,000 a month from radio station. Normal me wey dey do MC, I dey charge in the millions. We dey play music, artists they send us money. Baba, everything just grinded to a halt. The only thing that was left was my salary. I can imagine those days at the end of the month when my salary would come in. You'll be like, thank God, at least we can buy light. Then those days I used to buy light, 7,000. Because I don't get money. Then the light will finish on Friday night and they don't close. I'll come, they call the service people, say, please, may they help me. May they just give me light so that my children don't go day darkness. This went on for almost 3 years. From the late part of 2016 to the late part of 2019. Then 2019, everything just changed. They had no power. They had no spiritual power over me. The only power they had was physical. Just the way they will sue you, they will do all those wicked things, call police, just try to frustrate you. Now prayer with their papa fi pray. 3 years. And it reminds me of the scripture. Isaiah was walking naked and barefoot for 3 years, shouting, warning the people of the wrath of God to come. 2019. Now for the first time, I feel say I balanced. Then taste buds. Then we used to have people. We have people that come to church. People that used to support us. We used to have people that used to support us so much. Then they go marry wife. My hotel and say, if you follow that, the face I will leave you. You just see that they start declining. You not go see them again. We used to have one guy that used to support us so well from the day when he married like this. End. We used to do our service in Cool FM. By then, Simply Vic don't join. Officially. Shukbo joined before Simply Vic was Shukbo that brought Simply Vic. You guys have no idea. Church, if you ask me, it's the house of the devil. Satan's mansion on earth is your daddy G.O.'s mega churches. They built those mansions for Satan. Anytime Satan visits Nigeria, he goes there to rest. Those are his homes. Homes filled with wicked people. You don't understand. As in, I guess Samson, we would have born me for hand. And I go still they preach with him. I go still they preach with him. until 2019, when finally they had blocked all the roads, so I had no other choice but to forge ahead by myself. So I had to go off the grid. I did not know it was an advantage. I used 3 years to open a door to put myself in a place where they can never touch me again. Evil people. Today you will see me and you'll be saying, Daddy Freeze, I like your watch, I like your car. Do you know where I'm coming from? Do you know the battles we fought? The turnaround was gradual. I just noticed that I set up my own channels and started doing them for free. Until one day, some guys came to me and said, Daddy Freeze, we can help you with this, your channels. So sign us as your managers. Me, I did look them that time, say, what do people do? What can I do? I'm just doing it for the Lord. Afe Babalola to call me that period. He said he was not going to talk to me again. Chief Afe Babalola Kabiyesi. He said, until I can prove to him that I know what I'm doing, because I cannot be doing anything for free. That if I do, you cannot save the poor by being one of them. I can never forget that. He said he wasn't going to talk to me again. So I had no choice. I had to look at, okay, what can I sell? And how can I sell it in such a way that I will not sell the word of God? So I started thinking, what do? I do interviews. Okay, let me start my interviews. I interviewed Showore on the radio station. As I was interviewing Showore on the radio station, they will come and do commercials and we move. I'll continue the interview on camera. We move back to the radio station, we'll continue. I just got home, mixed everything and put it on my channel. Everybody came to watch it. I'm like, oh wow, I can actually do this on my own without the radio station. Then one day the radio station had a brilliant idea. Still my problem, but you see, when they say your problems are the foundation of your blessings, it go be like say you don't know anything. So the radio station, people were lobbying to get me off the radio. Church people, I shall not know, I shall get locked for radio, I shall they go. Then one day they moved my show from, my show used to be 4 to 9. They just cut my time into half. Just gave me 7 to 9. I was supposed to interview Tonto Dike at 4 to 5. I was in the parlor there, I can never forget, with taste buds. They just told me that from this week I'll be coming. My show is now 7 to 9. They don't call me to break the obituary news. Say my show, the show don't road show is no longer road show. That they moved me to 7 to 9. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. That was what Daddy Freeze was useful for. Now say I don't follow church fight. I don't turn everything. And I had planned to bring Tonto Dike at 4 o'clock for an interview. So I was looking at it. I was with taste buds. We're sitting down like, what am I going to do now? Tonto Dike now called me. She said that she's on her way. She wants to come and do her interview. I said, Tonto, can we make it 7 o'clock? She said, impossible. That her flight is 8 o'clock. That, you know what? Let's just leave it for another time. Now, so my destiny for good. Taste bud just said, why? Do it on your phone. Do it on your phone now. Maybe you did that Showore interview on your phone. Why can't you do this Tonto Dike on your phone? We went to do Timaya on your phone. Just do it on your phone. It doesn't have to be on the radio. Tonto wanted to be on the radio. So I now had to convince Tonto that no, just come, we'll do it on my phone. Now so Tonto come my parlor. She came with Bobrisky. That time they were still cool. Bobrisky sit down for my parlor. Enter toilet, come out, sit down. They serve them wine or drink. I don't remember what taste buds served. And there was Ishewu. Taste buds went to make Ishewu just to make it easier for me. I went from 7,000 YouTube subscribers to 70,000 subscribers, only Tonto Dike. Only Tonto Dike. That interview was what brought me out of the doghouse. As in, you don't understand what happened. That's how I now had the mind. I'll tell you another story. My people at the radio station called me. They had this YouTube channel. They wanted me and my content to be featured on it. That time I had 1,000. I never tell you this particular story before. I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. They now said they had like 7,000 subscribers. So I felt, that's a good thing. Oh, if they feature me on their channel, it will help me grow. So they said, their lawyers will come and meet me, and they will sign all the dotted lines, and we'll do everything, blah, 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 blah. So I can't chase lawyer. Lawyer can't go leave. Lawyer come back from leave. Oga go leave. All this while, I just noticed my own, they grew. So their own was now 7,000. My own was now 10,000. Nah. I can't look and say, I don't really need these people again. I don't catch up with them. In fact, I don't even leave them safe. Now I begin the dodge lawyer. Lawyer they find me. Now me come the lawyer will they dodge me before. Now me come they dodge their lawyer. They dodge their lawyer. They dodge their lawyer. Until that Tonto Dike interview, I just doubled and if not tripled all of them. So that gave me an opportunity to break into the market. Sorry guys, you know, say we did this band A, but sometimes they still on a band A we do. They don't tell us our light bill now. Fear you catch me now. It's like $500,000 a month. Hey. Now so Ibadan people know if you say they say 500K a month for light. So anyway, that is how I moved out of the grid. So once I moved out of the grid, I can't get mind. I not send anybody again. I begin to go work anytime where I like. COVID now happened. They now moved me from Cool FM to Nigeria Info. As they moved me go Nigeria Info. Just as about, so I now requested for a 1 month break. Now, guess what? Now, of all the presenters, all the shows we did, the whole radio station, they gave me 10 p.m. to midnight. Imagine 10 p.m. to midnight. I wanted to cry. So it is bad that I was doing 7 to 9. They not even if you give me the 7 to 9 for Nigeria Info. Now they give me. You see, when God's got you, that's why I believe that there is also a direction from God when you are doing His will in you, not when you want to go and marry your second wife or you want to do your own will. No, when you are on an assignment from God, 99.9% of you are not on any assignment from God. But when God decides to give you assignment, He will give you provision. All the things where if I tell you this story, you will not believe it. So they moved me from 7. Imagine, I used to own the evening on radio. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. was my slot every day. Then they cut me to 7 to 9 p.m. It was painful. It was painful. As in, but I don't know say you get waiting God they do. Then they further cut me again to 10 to 12 on a smaller radio station. So they moved me and one of my other colleagues from Cool FM. They moved us to a smaller radio station. They wanted us off. We don't hear the rumor say they won't come out us. We don't hear the rumor. I don't hear them. So they won't move us go Nigeria Info. I don't hear them. That's so they move me go 10 to 12 midnight. If you thought it was painful before, now you need to understand the radio station I had worked with for 20 years. As a youth copper, my first job, I grew with that radio station. I followed them and set up all. Then they now moved me to 10 to 12. Say I no cry na small remain. But today I now realize that God for the slap me, say, look at this idiot. I'm trying to sort him out. He's crying. Some of you don't know what God's plan is for you. So you are fighting your own salvation. I try to lobby. Allah má jẹ́ kéèyàn lobby. May you never lobby your deliverance. I try to lobby my deliverance, people. I try to talk to people that no, I don't want to go to Nigeria Info. But you get where I was headed for. And I could not have done it without Nigeria Info. I'm telling you my personal story. I now got to Nigeria Info. They moved me to 10 to 12 midnight. Let me tell you about radio. The top show, now the morning show, that's the big dog. Morning show is number one show. Followed by the afternoon drive. Some radio stations will call it a road show. Whatever it is they call it is the afternoon drive. 3 to 9 p.m. Or better still, 4 or 5 to 9. That period when people are in traffic going. That morning drive, that's the baddest show on the radio. That 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. When people are on the road moving, that's number one. Prime time, the most expensive time slot. And the presenters are paid the highest. Then the second time slot is 3 to 9 p.m. Prime time, that's what they call it. And I was moved to the deadest zone. Now that 12 midnight to 6 a.m. Now dead zone. The second to the dead zone. Now that 9 to 10 to 12 is a weak time for advert. They have some audience. Unilag students, lovers who want to send love messages, people who are driving around, but it's not bulk. You have a few people driving around that time. You understand? So 9 to 12 in Lagos can still be a bit of a good time. But but it's a new radio station, so it wasn't even strong. They moved me to 10 to 12. So for 12 midnight, I will come begin the drive, go house. Old Baba for radio. Giving my entire life to this career. I am now going to be closing at midnight like an upcoming radio presenter. And I will start to go home. They didn't fire me. They just transferred me from one radio station to the other. They didn't fire me. They fired me before, but that was in 2016 over another entirely different matter. They just moved me to a new radio station. So, make when I hear this story, Ada Blessing will verify she was there with me. That's where I met Ada. So they moved me to this radio station. And I requested for them to give me 1 month so I can catch my breath. I'm coming from one radio station, I'm going to the other. Let them give me a leave period. They said, no problem, they'll give you the leave period. They even pitied me. The embarrassment, they don't embarrass me, don't too much. Baba K, God bless you, brother. They know the story. So they moved me to this radio station. Normally, if you are moved to a radio station, you are not entitled to leave for the first year. But they probably were feeling sorry for me that they hold that the freeze. Top dog. Omo. Na so they move me go this radio station. I now requested for 1 month. I think this was March 2020. So inside the holiday where I did, that 1 month holiday I did, they look myself, they look my life. COVID now started. They now called me up from the radio station. Lockdown everywhere. Am I willing to come to the radio station to live? By then, my channels are started picking up. I started doing well. Am I willing to come to the radio station to live for 2 weeks during the lockdown? So I will leave my wife and go to stay in the radio station for 2 weeks. Or I will take my wife and she will close down her business and she will come and stay with me for 2 weeks in the radio station. Or I will take my wife and children and come and stay in a one room that they are giving me to stay in the radio station. I said I will do my show from home. I just gambled it. They tried. They said it's better you come. I said I can't come. It doesn't make any sense. That's how they said, okay, be doing your show from home. So I was to hook in via phone and do the show from home. And that blessing was on the radio station and me, I was at home. So every 10 o'clock, we'll do our show. The show was picking up, was doing well. At my normal bad behavior, you know me, I know well. You talk anyhow, I go curse your papa, curse your mama. And I saw the curse there for radio. I'm the only person that did it and got away with it. Maybe OPJ at one point. But I'm the only person. I don't know as NBC. Me like say, God just put cover around me. NBC, no, they ever see me. They tell you that in your radio station, you cannot be rude to your listeners. Me, I go curse your mama, curse your papa. I can't tell you, say, cut that call. If you call this radio station in your life again, God will punish you. Ask her that. Ada will call me for back. Say that thing, no, I say they should go and die. They're mad. So, and they fight people every day. They fight them for radio. And people, they tune in to watch me, they fight them. I mean, to hear me, they fight them. It was madness. Nobody ever. One or two people, at a point, one or two people reported me. But you know, radio station too don't look and say they don't throw them for one corner. I mean, they leave them. So, this went on throughout COVID, throughout the lockdown. I was doing my show at night. So, at one point, I was sitting on my bed. Anytime I start my show with that blessing, I'll just on my Instagram live. I just got to Facebook then. I'll on my Facebook live. There was no TikTok. I'll on my YouTube live. The same thing I'm saying on the radio, I'll be saying it to all these other people. I had no other work. So as I they curse them for radio, now they curse them for YouTube, I they curse them. Sometimes I go mute the radio, curse YouTube people. Sometimes I go mute YouTube, curse radio people, curse everybody. And I was my shows. I am one person. See, I've been talking alone for 1 hour 4 minutes. I have 600 people watching me on YouTube, 164 watching me on TikTok, 534 watching me on Instagram, and 277 watching me on YouTube. So I have about 2,000 people, plus or minus, about almost 2,000 people watching me on different platforms. So when I saw I go, they talk my normal talk, and I can talk like this for 3 hours. I will not get tired, and I'll not lose the audience. People would literally, when you see podcast, you see a 30-minute podcast. There's an interview. There is none of your podcasters can sit down for 2 hours and hold a crowd. Only them they talk. It's not possible. Try and make you see as it hard. Mention one of it. What they do is they have a fantastic studio. They have good sound. They have this, that. That's what makes their podcast. None of them can sit like this and engage an audience for 2 hours straight. Talking about their personal experiences, talking about their life, and people will still they watch. It's not easy. Try them. So I just noticed that the audience was liking it. I could not do my interviews, all these podcast interviews. Now me first start, but I could no longer do it because of COVID. So I didn't have any content. So I was just, okay, I'll do my preaching. And my preaching never really has audience because people don't want to hear the truth about religion. What they want to hear is that God is going to make you great. So I go, they talk for radio, they talk. The audience on the radio began to grow. The audience on social media too began to grow. I look and I say, okay, not a problem. So after we had 3 months or 4 months of lockdown, after lockdown, they now had curfew. Remember, after lockdown was curfew. You must be in your house by 10 o'clock. You know, say COVID likes the waka for night. So they know they won't make anybody waka for night, make you no go catch COVID because COVID they waka during the night hours. So 10 o'clock be lockdown. So I can't ask my radio station people, say, the radio station, now you have to come to work. I say, but Mike, am I going to come to the radio station and sleep over in the radio station and then go home the next morning like I was doing in BCUS when I was a child? She now, so my life don't less rich. She be telling you me, why useless delele? Is this how useless I am now? That people will make me sleep. I will do a 2-hour show. So I will come 1 hour before at 9 because requirements of the radio is must be there an hour before your show. Then close at 12. Am I going to go and sleep in Ada's house with her? Am I going to sleep in the studio? Is this how useless my life has become? That I will now sleep over. I will not sleep with my wife. I will not be with my kids. Then early in the morning, Simba, thanks for popping my money gun. Early in the morning, 6 a.m., I can't wake up, begin to come house. Something just tell me, say, tell them, say, go, they continue to do the show over the phone. Now I tell them, say, no, I tried it once. I came to that station once. I worked in Nigeria Info for 2 years. I only entered the studio once, and it was that night. They said, make I come. Now I come one night. On my way back, police nearly arrest me. Now I just tell them, say, Baba, make I do this show from home. Like the show is doing okay. They allowed me for another 6 months. By then, the show was doing very well. The online community had grown. I was like, no problem. So, after every 6 months, they will say, no, you are the only one that does not come to work. You have to come to work. I will tell them, no, my show is doing well. Me, I just used to make sure that we're good on the ratings. So we're beginning to rise on the ratings. Rise to number 3, to number 2. Then finally, we hit number 1. So me, where they house, my show na number 1. Those ones where they go studio, they are shown at number 16, number 14, number 13. It sweets me like winch. So one day my oga can call me, say, no. You have to start coming to work. You are the only person that doesn't come to work. I said, I'm the only person that show is number 1 now. I thought you were going to call me for a raise. That's the first time I chanced my oga. I said, I thought you were going to call me for a raise. I can't believe that you are calling me to complain. My show is number 1 now. What's the complaint about? I said, those people that come from work, some of them, they look the ratings now. One person did number 16. Why not tell that person where they want number 16? May ask me how they take do and whether she to go they do. I be he to go they do in show from house. Now they grumble. Now I call my other people too. Everybody say, hey, but the show is doing well. They shall leave me another 6 months. So first 6 months, COVID and lockdown and the curfew. Second 6 months, my show is doing well. Third 6 months, every 6 months, they'll call me again, review. No, this is wrong. Why are you doing this? You cannot do this. Only you cannot be doing this. Blah, 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 blah. I say, okay, no problem. My show is still number 1. That time I showed number 1. So me too, I don't become cocky. So after the 4th 6 months, they now called me and said, you know what? We have to have a talk. That's when I knew that any step from now, I'm pushing it. And if he just sack me once and for all. Meanwhile, taste buds on they push me for, I'll say, resign from that work, resign. You are big enough, you can do it by yourself, resign. Me, I can't fear, say, what's it? Because I calculate that 200K that they pay me every month. Say, at least they pay NEPA bill and service charge. So if nothing, at least we get light, we get service charge. If I not get anything, Baba, na so finally I go. Now all this while I don't they make small bar, don't they touch my hand. You understand? I don't buy my I used to have one black Camaro convertible 2020. I used to have my Mercedes 2015 ML. So I don't they touch small money, but I see the fear say everybody tell me say you need the radio, you need the radio, you need the radio. I mean so they believe the nonsense say I need radio. Um when they can't call me the last 6 months, I can't look and say this thing on the turn insult. I just go there and say, guys, lovely working with you guys. I love you guys. Blah 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 blah. Make we part ways. And so I take resign. And they had a lovely party for me. They gave me one big picture. I still have to drive there to go and pick it up. And I moved. My salary, the last day of work, they paid me 266,000 naira. That was my salary. And I believe that the same kind of salary they pay. I don't think there's anybody earning 500,000 a month on the radio now. 1 hour of my time on my life is 2 million naira. Now, I charge 300k for offline conversations for 30 minutes. I have people who have paid. I don't have time slots. So their money in my hand as they look for where I go fit them in. From where I was in 2018 to this. And it was like I didn't plan it, I didn't work it. It just presented itself. And that's why I tell people all the time, what you need to ask God for is direction, revelation, and there's another one. There are 3 things: direction, revelation, and instruction. That's all you need to. Because the plan God gets for your life, you no go understand them. And if you don't have his direction, you will fight it. Many of you are in bad places today, not because God did not direct your life plan properly, but because you did not have the revelation to understand his direction. Many of you don't have the revelation to. You see, my biggest gift in life, and that's why sometimes this boss looks at me and says, you don't really have to work to make money. Because I am on my revelation path. I am on my instruction path. I am on my direction path. I am on rails. I'm running high speed on rails. You are all running on rails. All of you. You were born with a great destiny mapped out for you. Your parents, religion, and misunderstanding of your purpose are what destroyed you. Church did not save you. Church ruined you. I'm telling you this for free. All of you. Because God did not create you. What he did was he ensouled you. Your soul is perfect. Your destiny is perfect. Everything is perfect. The problem is God put this soul in a handicapped body. That body was created by your parents. God did not create you to have a big head. God did not create you to be short. God did not create you to have the tendency to get cancer. That's not God's work. That's the genetics from your lineage pooling together to form what you are. It is handicapped. None of you is perfect. But your soul and your destiny are intact, immaculate, totally perfect. All you need is a flawed body and a flawed family to ruin your perfect destiny. A flawed body. Your body is flawed. because it was made by human beings. It was not made by God. God made Adam, and the Holy Spirit made Christ. And Melchizedek had no beginning and then no end. Every other one of you, now your papa and your mama born you, including Cain and Abel. The moment Adam and Eve mated and gave birth to Cain and Abel, the imperfection started. Adam was made perfect, and Eve was cloned perfectly from Adam's rib, or from Adam's side, translated to rib. But the moment the foundation for reproduction was put in place, reproduction started having its reproduction issues. Many of you don't get this. Some of you have a perfect destiny, but you are too short. Your parents. So you are created by two things: your nature and your nurture. Your nature is you're short. Your nature is you are prone to cancer. Your nature is you are yellow. Your nurture is where you were raised. You have a perfect destiny, but your parents decided to settle in Ibadan. You have a perfect destiny. You are supposed to be an Olympic torchbearer, racing for Germany, but the decisions your mothers made were off the rail of God's plan. So they took you to Bomosho and decided to raise you there, and decided to marry you off early. That's your nurture. This is a very important message. I hope you are listening and understanding. God's will for you is so beautifully perfect, but the problem is your parents' nurturing is not perfect, and your parents' makeup, genetic makeup, is not perfect. That is why you are the way you are. But once in a while, you can be as lucky as I am, and you can locate your destiny. But you have to break away from your nurture. You've got to be able to break away from your nurture. And that's what I call the Christ breaking point. Christ broke away from the nurture of his parents. He did not end up a priest in Judaism. He ended up starting a whole new line of faith coming from him. When he got to him, it broke. The problem is when it gets to you, it doesn't break. You continue the foolishness. When it got to me, it broke. My mom wanted me to be a doctor. My dad wanted me to be a doctor. I knew there was nothing for me in medicine, and I had the willpower enough to be able to tell that there is some greatness somewhere calling me. There is greatness somewhere calling me. I could feel it in my bones. I did not understand it. I could not name it, but I could feel it. My perfect destiny, despite the limitations I have because of my birthing, despite the limitations I have because of my genetic makeup, my perfect destiny was there waiting for me. I just had to be brave enough to seize it. Many of you are wallowing where you are today. Many of you are lonely and sad and depressed. Many of you are falling short of the glory that should be radiating from you because you have failed to break away from the errors in your nature and nurture. Your spirit has no error. There's no error in your spirit, but your spirit is a prisoner in your erroneous earthly body. That is why I'm going bald. That is why I'm getting wrinkles on my cheek. That is why I can no longer run like I could 40 years ago. But when I sleep and I dream in my mind, When the fusion of my mind, my soul, and my spirit occurs, I have supernatural power. Because my spirit and my soul are perfect. My mind isn't perfect, but my spirit and my soul are perfect. And when my mind can tap into the perfection of my spirit and my soul, I begin to experience the perfection of the spirit, although it's hard to make manifest in the flesh. I never teach you, I never carry you and enter this realm before. I just saw that it was a good opportunity. I said, okay, let me take you there. Only a fool will tell you God created you. God did not create you. Your parents created you. What God created was your spirit and your soul. Everything else, including your mind, came from your nurture and your nature. If you've been feeding your mind sugar, you are going to dementia. So your mind is not perfect. But with your mind, you can tap into the perfection of your spirit and soul. And you can see the alignment of your destiny and your direction. So that is why your mind needs to tap into God. You can't change it. Your destiny is there and is good. Why do you miss it? Because you don't have direction and revelation and instruction. And the moment I let myself go, stop trying to control things, cut off my parental influence, told my parents, you don't know anything, leave me. Somebody was saying the wisdom of a 60-year-old. Wisdom is not given to 60-year-olds. Wisdom is given to everybody. You can pick the wisdom from a cross-dresser. You can pick the wisdom from everybody. Has the breath of God in them. And everybody, age has nothing to do with wisdom. If it was, our older leaders would be wiser than the younger boy that is ruling them in Niger. And what's that? Traore, what's that boy's name? All these are our old leaders. Do they sound wise, including Obi? Do they sound wise compared to that boy? That boy is a small boy, but he's full of wisdom. Wisdom has nothing to do with, don't let any. I was listening to Dr. Aputi. I respect him a lot. He said, sit down with a 60-year-old man. You don't need to sit down with a 60-year-old man. The wisdom that is going to control this world is not coming from, it's coming from the tech generation, children. 2021, they are going to run this earth. You don't need wisdom from old people. As a matter of fact, most old people don't have wisdom. They think they have it. The problem you have is you have listened to the words of the past generations that have brought, as in, how do you listen to somebody is telling you how to invest your money, and you look at them and they are not, you are, at the end of the day, when they finish telling you about how to invest your money, they will tell you, please send me feeding money. Does it not amaze you? Your mother will give you financial advice, and when she's done with the phone call about how to invest your money, she will tell you to send her feeding money. Does it not amaze you? It just shows you that they don't know what they are saying, even they cannot practice it. When Nigeria was ruled by Gowon, who was 20-something, was it not better than it is today, that is ruled by our ancestors? Look at all the people that are planning to rule us. I'm almost 50, I'm an old man. And there's none of them that I can call my age. None of them was my classmate. Peter Obi, that is the youngest, is 12 years older than me, or 13 years older than me. And that's the youth among them. The other ones, we don't even know their age. I'm not even sure they know their own age. They are sure old. Pop my money gun if you're enjoying the service. So the greatest gift I have is I was able to locate my perfect destiny as perfected by the Creator himself. Many of you are wallowing in sorrow today, looking for miracle water to drink, because you do not know the blessing God has given you in your own destiny. You've allowed your parents to choose another destiny for you because they did not see the light in your own destiny. Let me tell you, my children, I just gathered them. What do you want to do? This is what I want to do. Okay. When are you ready to do it? I'm ready to do it now. Okay. I'm not ready to do it till next year. Okay. Things was like they are getting worse. So, let them find it. Sometimes they have to go out to find it. Sometimes they have to stay in to find it. But they will find it. Not all of us are made to be leaders. Not all of us are made to be entrepreneurs. But all of us are made to be happy. But you have to find it in you. It's in you. And you see, the biggest problem, the biggest reason why I think the church is a total abysmal failure is because they take the God out of you. And once God is out of you, you lose that mind, spirit, and soul connection in you. Because you have now taken what's supposed to be in you and you have brought it out of you. So until the church can get it back into you, and that's what we try to do at the Free Nation. We need to get it back into you so you can find it. You can communicate with it. You can link up with it. You can make it work. And you will make it work. You will make it work. Let me bring Simply Vic up for a few minutes. And then I end the live. Maybe if I can bring Natural Gambia. Anybody who wants to say something? I want to check up on my kids. They are too quiet. Once they are quiet like this, no problem. Pop my money guns if you enjoyed the message. Simply Vic, let me bring you live. What are your thoughts? Share your thoughts. Natural Gambia, please share your thoughts.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me check up on my kids. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, my thoughts. Oh, somebody, I was about to ask you guys a question before Jeff comes back. A great idea without discipline and maintenance. It's always. Who saw my message about the mobile hospitals that Burkina Faso is doing? To me, it's very simple. You know, I know that's not exactly what we're talking about, but DF touched on the country. Very simple. You don't need to build massive hospitals. Just equip these vans. Like you have, the ambulance. Imagine an ambulance, a massive one. Get the, I don't know, get the innocents and the. Please, somebody help me with the other name. Their two names are in Nigeria. Let them get those. Oh, DF is back. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
And just equip all the villages with all the equipment. The nurses, doctors on the vans. Villages. It's not difficult now. Oh dear, sorry, sir. Oh yeah, continue, boss.
No, that's all. I just wanted to shout out to you guys. Simply Vic.
Hey, bro. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good, brother.
Everybody they chop, Abby.
Man, now what time I think they worry me.
I'm not chicken at the level.
So Simply Vic, what are your thoughts? I just wanted to end, but I wanted to hear from you before I ended.
Bro, you know my thoughts already now, eh? I deal with you 24/7. My ride or die party. Yes, there's nothing to add, to be honest. You've said it all. You have gone above and beyond. Always. Yeah, I'm with my family. We're in a caravan here, just chilling somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I don't know white person finish show. Now white people things that they do now.
I swear.
I can show you where I do.
Camping, eh? Let's see.
I can show you where I do.
Oh.
It's a caravan.
Enjoyment.
Very nice.
So that was all. I just wanted to share my thoughts. There's no such thing as miracle water. Don't let anybody deceive you. Maybe I'm gonna go deeper and preach this mind, spirit, soul synchrony on Sunday. So I can share that properly and get people to understand how powerful they are, but they're too busy chasing after outward things instead of concentrating on what's already within. If you love the message, share it on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share the message, guys. Share the message. If you have any questions, I know you might have some questions. Natural Gambia. That's why I brought you.
Well, it's not really in the question, Steph. It's more. I was going to make a comment quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's to do with it's our culture. The tradition of the magic. So we, Simon the sorcerer, we were very into. Jesus Christ! Sorry, guys. We were very into magic in our culture, tradition, practices, and I think people are really struggling. Me?
No, not you. I'm talking to my daughter.
So people are really struggling to separate, their mentality from that thing. Is still there. And so they keep chasing this miracle worker. In other words, the magician, the herbalist, the what they call these spirit people that see things and
the seers. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, the seers ahead. And the funny thing is, they don't read their Bibles, because I remember there will be a verse. I don't memorize verses. I'm really bad with that. But there will be a verse where I believe God was particularly, he really disliked seers. And he says you really should not be consulting them. He actually instructed us not to consult those people with powers. In other words, leave the magicians alone. Leave them. Leave the sorcery alone. Stop looking for something that's going to give you an easy fix. It's like being addicted to something. You're looking for easy solutions to your problems. I know it's easier said than done when you're struggling back home and things are tough, you can't eat and all of that. But you're spending money to even go to those churches, you're paying tithe, you're buying their miracle water, miracle soap, miracle honey, miracle, name it. You're spending money. Why? If things are free already, you've been given. You've been given freely. So why are you buying God's blessings? Why are you buying God's love? Try something different. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect it to change. It won't change, man. Do something different. Instead of praying, how about you give alms or try Thanksgiving? As you say, challenge God or shock him, or what's those things they say, Do something different. Try it. Come back and tell me if you saw anything happen. I changed my prayer. I don't do all this. I don't ask anymore. I just say thank you in different ways. I sing my native song, and I'm a very bush girl. Don't even go there with me. I'll bring out my handkerchief and be dancing. I'll tie wrap on my head. I will play music, native music, just praising and praising and praising, and I move on. That week is fantastic for me. The next week is fantastic for me. Do something different, guys. Please try it. Stop bribing God. Thank you. That's the summary. Stop bribing God.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. God bless. I love that. I love that. Marigold, you finally, let me hear from you so I can go and rest a little. Maybe I'll come back a little later if I have energy.
There's nothing that you will talk. They will still sell. And I think it's only in Nigeria. It's Africa. It's just the mental. I don't blame any pastor, because everybody is looking for miracle. Everybody is looking for easy way to heal yourself. So if you like, if you like talk money to tomorrow, there will still be miracle soap sold. Miracle soap sold. As long as it's Africa, see, there will still be miracles, salt and water. If you are sick, take salt and water and drink. It go heal you. People will still buy. So there's some things that you don't need to even. There's some things that you don't even need to even put your mouth, because if you are looking for pregnancy, you want to have pregnancy, go and buy. If you want to get married, because there's nothing that you will do in this country that make people not to buy. So how many people are watching? Like 500 people. And 500 people compare millions of people in Nigeria.
I think there's something I would just quickly like to chime in. I think we've gotten to a stage now as a church where some of us will now be able to know where some Bible verses are, so that we can be able to teach our parents, our friends. You have to start from your community first, because there's no point, like I've shared biblical verses with my sisters. My brother is a pastor. We disagree all the time. People will go pastoral school, then please say they know everything. but he still listens. And sometimes when I show them some things, they are surprised. Like, this thing there inside Bible, or like, I know be me right time, but he did there. We have to be able to. I'm not saying you should be like a typical Pentecostal that you'll be quoting John 3:16. No. There are some verses, especially the teachings of Christ, the words of Christ.
So let me tell you, it's not only pastor. So it's not only pastor. I wish my sister should come on live now. There's one place my sister took me to, and my sister can come on live now. I wish she's on live. She could tell you. Me, I don't believe in all those. So, but my elder sister believe in all those things. Do you understand? We are two different things. Right from time, me, I don't believe in all those things. My elder sister.
Where did she take you to?
My elder sister took me to. She took me to an alpha. So it's not only pastors. And when my sister took me to that place, it's not for anything like fetish thing, because that is her belief. So she went there for prayer. Alpha. My sister loves anything spiritual work of God. Spiritual love. So me and her, we are in two different paths. So because she's my only sister, I will obey her. Because if she come now, I wish she can come here now. I wish I can just call her later. She carry me. We'll go Ogun State. When we reach for the Ogun State, the Alpha put my sister, they tell me to say, no matter what, you must follow me. All crowded a big past person went born them. You go marry, you go do this one, you go do that one, make they go the Alpha. May no come be like say I be Satan. I wish my sister can come online. I'm looking at her here.
You know what? Let me end the live and come right back, because my battery is about to buy. So let me come right back, maybe in 10-15 minutes, so we can continue this conversation. Call your sister. Let her be ready. How my sister took me to Afar.
You're very rude.
I will call my sister. I will call my sister.
All right. God bless you. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Share the video. Share the message. See you guys in a few minutes.
Bye.